Okay, just before we get to the bass, there's actually one more thing that I've forgotten to show you. But this is quite a good idea if you've got any kind of drum machines like ezdrummer, addictive drums, BFD, groove agent, in creating fills. And I find programming fills to be a real nightmare, so I don't bother with it. I allow other people to have done it for me beforehand. Bit of a lazy way, I know, but usually you come out with some of the best fills that you can. How we're going to do that is we're going to take the snare track and drop it into an instance of Impulse. And then we're going to go through ezdrummer, which is the plugin that I have, to find some really good snare loops that we can use. And then I'm going to show you how I'm going to use the MIDI from that to trigger the snare sample that I already have and make up some new cool sort of snare fills from there. So first things first, we need to get the snare into Impulse, so I'm going to do that first. And then we're going to look at ezdrummer from there and see if we can find some decent fills for it. Okay, so I've just dropped the snare sample. I'll let you hear it. That's it dropped in the Impulse, so I'm going to move over onto ezdrummer now and see if I can find some decent sounds. I'll show you around ezdrummer so that you know how to use it yourselves if you ever buy it. It's quite literally easy, so it's very, very cool in that way. So we'll just open it up now. Okay, so as you can see, I've got a virtual drum kit. That's basically it. What we're going to do is we're going to look through the grooves and see if there's anything that we can find in relation to that. I have several different ones. I'm going to look at the pop rock one. And I'm going to open up the fills folder and see if there's anything that I can find. As you can see, all of the grooves are down on this side, so it's just a case of picking one then from there. So I'll push the microphone over so you can hear them all properly. Okay, I quite like the sound of that one. It's just the same as Contact. You just literally click and drag the actual sample file itself. So we'll just flip back over onto the arrange page and we'll have a look at it from there. Okay, and as you can see there's the resultant MIDI file. So now it's just a case of finding the actual snare drum itself. We know that with Impulse, the snare drum will be triggering on C1. Obviously, these aren't. The kick most likely will be on C1. So we'll have to find the actual snare track itself and then drag down then from there. So we'll have a look at that and see where it is. Okay, so I found that on D1. I'm now going to select all the samples and just drag them down onto C1, and then we'll move the MIDI file across onto the Impulse, and we'll see how it triggers the actual sound that we actually have from there. So I'll push the microphone over again so you can hear that. So as you can see, it's come out fairly well. I'm going to do a few more of those and then drop them and keep them in the snare track so that we can use them later on. Whenever we come back, I'll let you hear the different ones that I've chosen. Okay, so I've done all of those now. I'll let you hear them all sort of one at a time. Stop all the audio and play them all separately from here. Basically much how I've done it. As you'll notice, I've coloured them slightly differently. I want to keep all the drums the same colour, but whenever I'm actually doing the arrangement, I want to see where my fills are coming in, because what will happen there is that at the end of each bar I can bring something new in as we go along. As far as I can see, that's the drums completely finished, so now we'll move on to the bass and see how we get on from there.